Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is now in session. We have 2 documents, the motion to revoke probation docket and our announcement docket. First case we're calling is on our announcement docket. Cause number 326-869, case of style of state of Texas versus Samuel Cale Adams. We have Mr. Samuel Adams on Zoom. Mr. Adams, you can take your mic off of mute. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
I'm well, yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Adams, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Macon. Attorney Macon, how are you doing? Yeah, Attorney Macon, how are you doing?
I'm doing real good this morning, Your Honor. Thank you for asking.
That's good. State is represented by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
Pretty well, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Macon, what's your announcement in Mr. Adams' case?
Your Honor, I feel certain that Mr. Adams' case will be a plea at some later date.
Okay.
Discovery.
Okay,
I have a motion to suppress.
okay, you
11
kind of,
o'clock.
okay. Just hold and we'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next case is, let's see. Derek Jenkins
Yes, Your Honor.
and Mr.
He's right outside of you.
Porter. Next case is cause number 330148. Case of style of state of Texas versus Derek Ryan Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Jenkins?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Jenkins, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor.
Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Jenkins' case?
Unfortunately, at this point, Your Honor, I've received all discovery but the video, and it's going to be very important to the case. I checked again this morning to see if it was in, so they said they expect it in within a couple of weeks at the latest.
Okay. Give us a reset date.
October 14th.
Is that
That's-
enough time?
That'll give us plenty of time.
Okay. Case has been reset to October 14th, 2022. Mr. Jenkins, your attorney is going to give you your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. You can stand over there with your attorney so he can give you a reset. Justin Chopper? Oh, no, we don't. No, that's not his. Let's see. LaVar Menifee? He's right there.
Wrong place to put you behind me.
Court is in session and cause number 331778. Case is style of state of Texas versus Lamar Terrell Menifee. Mr. Menifee, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Menifee? That's good. Mr. Menifee, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Menifee's case?
We'll ask that it be placed on your trial docket, Your Honor.
That's November 14th.
November 14th? Mr. Menifee, your case will be set for trial November 14th, 2022. The attorney is going to sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You can stand over here to the Stephanie Wadley. Do we have bond conditions in this case? Yeah, okay, give me,
It's true.
okay, thank you.
Small one. Small one.
Liz, I'm gonna need a copy of this. Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Court is in session and clause number 331794. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Stephanie Jolene Wadley.
Yes.
Ms. Wadley, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Wadley? That's good, Ms. Wadley. You're here represented by your attorney, James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement in Ms. Wadley's case?
This case will also be placed on your trial docket, Your Honor. We've received all the discovery.
November 14th.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Whaley, your case is going to be reset November 14th, 2022 for trial. I also have to give you some bond conditions. Could you hand that to her?
Okay, so we'll step right up here and he's gonna go over some bond conditions with you right now that are standard, due to the fact that it's, the test results.
Okay. Now, Ms. Whaley, the document that you have before you is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that? And I will go over this document with you. And it reads, following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And as pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, it doesn't apply in this case. However, condition number 4 does apply. And condition number 4 states, a defendant who has been arrested or accused of any subsequent offense listed under Section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ethyl alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator. And said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verifications of such installation being submitted to the court on or before the 10th day after today. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Wadley, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant can be issued for your arrest. And if a warrant is issued for your arrest, you'll be arrested and placed in Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand? Okay, so your case is being reset to November 14th of 2022. Your attorney is going to sign for your reset. Also, you need to get proof to the court within 10 days of the interlock. If you provide it to your attorney will get that information to us.
So you'll get me the information and I'll relay it to the court.
Okay, so what am I doing?
She's deaf in her left ear, so it's a device that you're gonna have to have. in your
Okay,
vehicle.
and I get that?
Mhm.
And where do I get that?
She's gonna give, you're gonna have a list of, y'all have a-
Places, I
you're
think
gonna
they
get a
may
list
have
of
one.
phone numbers. I'm gonna get you
Okay, thank you.
Do we have that for interlock?
the interlock.
Want to get that? I think there is a list. You can stand over there with your attorney. The court coordinator, get that list for you. Court is in session and calls number 332-252. Case of style, the state of Texas versus Anna Cristina Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez is appearing via Zoom. Ms. Hernandez, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir.
That's good. Ms. Hernandez, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement in Ms. Hernandez's case?
Your Honor, we just received all the discovery. I was waiting on the video and I just received it the other day. I need to get it in my client's hands. So if you would just allow me a normal reset, we should be able to make our announcement after she views the scene video.
Okay, this case is going to be reset to October 14th of 2022. Oh, she an assault.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But I think it's a regular, some
Yeah, I know.
regular.
Let's see. Hold on a minute. Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even have a PC up here. Yeah. So 332-252.
No problem. Thank you.
Wow, I don't, could you give me a copy of that probable cause affidavit? I don't have it online for some reason. Yes. Well, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Ms. Hernandez's case is being reset for, it's being reset to October 14th of 2022.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now Ms. Hernandez,
She might be on mute. Ms.
No.
Hernandez?
yeah. But Ms. Hernandez, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Hernandez, I have some standard bond conditions that I'm gonna read to you. I'm gonna give a copy to your attorney, and you should be able to get a copy of this here from your attorney. And it reads, following the arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number one, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number two, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. And three, do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And three, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Ms. Hernandez, I'll be given a copy of this these bond conditions to your attorney. And you can pick a copy of these bond conditions from your attorney. Now, Ms. Hernandez, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked, and if your bond is revoked, a warrant can be issued for your arrest. And if a warrant is issued for your arrest, you can be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ms. Hernandez, your case is being reset to October 14th, 2022. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank
you.
Oh, Ms. Hernandez, your attorney wants to say something to you.
Ms. Hernandez, don't worry about trying to get to my office. I'll send those papers to you today by email. Okay?
Okay.
I'll send everything to you this morning, okay?
Okay, Judge, I was gonna tell you, I'm taking medication because I broke my uvula.
I'll-
So,
Okay.
She
Well,
has a terrible break in her leg, so she's not moving right now.
I understand. Well,
Okay,
she could appear by Zoom.
Right, I don't know what she was saying, other than I think she's on some medication, but any medication you're prescribed by a doctor is not going to violate your bond conditions. You understand?
okay.
that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ms. Hernandez, again, your case is being reset to October 14th, 2022. Stay in contact with your attorney. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, is that Moses
Mr. Beltran?
Beltran? Do we
Yes, Your
have
Honor.
a letter of rep on that?
You do, Your
Trina
Honor.
just got it.
Okay,
I electronically filed a letter of representation yesterday evening. He just hired me at a late hour, so it took a little bit for it to get in your system.
okay,
That's it.
Mr. Beltran, how do you pronounce your first name?
Moises.
Moises? Okay, Mr. Beltran, this is call number 332-240. Mr. Beltran, how are you doing? That's good, Mr. Beltran. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement?
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting discovery by email. I'm on the email request for discovery
Okay.
today. I would just ask that you give me some time to get that process going.
Okay, well, you don't understand it, reset it for 60 days. That's what we normally do.
That would be good, Your Honor.
You're right,
He just got into my office yesterday evening.
okay.
I feel-
Okay, it's gonna be reset to October 14th
That's
of
perfect.
2022.
You can-
Mr. Beltran, you get your reset from your attorney can sign for the reset. You'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Is
and that's
that
for
it?
me, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
okay,
May
you're
I
welcome,
be
Mr. Paget. You may be excused, and you have a blessed day. Colin Eller. Colin Eller on the motion to revoke probation docket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court is in session and cause number 330-360. Case is style the state of Texas versus Colin Keith Eller. Mr. Eller, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Eller? That's good. Mr. Eller, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Frank Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Doing fine, yeah.
Mr. Adams, what is your announcement in Mr. Eller's case?
Well, I'd kind of like to have this thing dismissed. There's 3 charges on it. One's community service. He's
Okay,
completed
now,
that.
Mr. Adams, you might need to negotiate with the district attorney. Yeah, we'll put it on hold. Okay, Mr. Eller, you can have a seat. Your attorney is going to have a conference with the district attorney.
Your Honor, might I approach?
Yes, Ms. Macon?
Yes, Your Honor, I've had a discussion with my client and we're abandoning that motion to suppress and he's going to be a plea at a future date.
Okay, and that's
Mr. Adams.
Mr. Adams, that's 326-860.
Yes, Your
Give us a reset date. Okay, this case is gonna be for plea on October 14th of 2022. Mr. Adams, stay in contact
Yes,
with
sir.
your attorney. Your attorney will be giving, your attorney and your bondsman will be given a reset date, so stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Your case has been reset to October 14th of 2022. This will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Macon, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Adams, I'm in touch.
Okay, the next case is Deja Randall, cause number 330706. The case is style the state of Texas versus Deja Michelle Randall. Ms. Randall, you can take your mic off of mute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Randall, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Randall, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Bruce Cobb, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Cobb, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor. I survived a crazy court hearing in Houston the other day.
Okay,
So I don't recommend it to anyone.
okay. Now, Mr. Cobb, what
Yes,
is
Your
your
Honor.
announcement in Ms. Randall's case?
Your Honor, we're going to go to trial.
Reset it for trial? Okay.
Yes.
Hold on for your reset date.
November 14th.
Okay, this case will be reset for trial on November 14th of 2022. Mr. Cobb, your reset will be sent to you. And Ms. Randall, stay in contact with your attorney. Your case is being reset till November 14th of 2022 for trial. You have to be here in person, so you're free to go. And you have a blessed day, Ms. Randall and Mr. Cobb. You're free to go as well, and your reset will be sent to you, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Right.
Have a blessed one. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Court is in session in one case. Case is styled the State of Texas versus Tanya Nutter, and it's also known as Tanya Drusilla Gonzalez. Ms. Nutter, Ms. Gonzalez, is that your full name?
Yes.
Okay, this is cause number 331-224. How are you doing? Okay, I see here on our docket, do we have it, does she have bond conditions? Okay. Hold on a minute. Here you go. I'll make a copy of this. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay. Let's see. I see here that you were, your case was reset the last time to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir. I just got the money for the attorney. I haven't got any. I'm a single parent. My transmission just went out of my vehicle. School's starting this month, so it's kind of tough for me. I do have the money. I just need to go hire.
Okay,
So I just need a little,
so you just need a little bit more time?
yeah, that's all I need. I should hire next week. As soon as I get my daughter in school. I'll
Okay.
do that.
Give us a reset date.
October 14th.
Okay, that's about, yeah, you said October 14th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your case is going to be reset. Mr. Porter, could you hand this to her? Thank you. Now, Ms. Gonzalez, they have you here on as Ms. Tanya Nutter as well. You've just been handed a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions. Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that title? I will go over this document with you. And it reads, following arrest and accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bonds executed for release or of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body, and that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition? And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition? Now, condition number 4 does not apply because that only applies in a DWI case, and your case is not a DWI case. Now, Ms. Nutter, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked, and if your bond is revoked, you can be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand? Now, your case is being reset for October 14th, 2022, to give me an opportunity to hire your attorney. You're gonna stand on the 4X in front of our court coordinator. She's gonna reset your case. Once she gives you your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Court is back in session in cause number 330-360. Case is filed, State of Texas versus Colin Keith Eller. We have Mr. Eller, who's present, with his attorney, Attorney Frank Adams. State is represented by Attorney Tommy Coleman. And the probation office is represented, by the probation officer, Mr. Garrett Gilliam. Mr. Coleman,
Your Honor, we've conferred, and I think we have an agreement in principle.
okay,
And we just need to figure out procedurally how we get there. The agreement, Your Honor, is that we will continue the defendant on probation. However, he'll be sanctioned for the violation or the alleged violations. And that sanction will consist of a day in jail. And we'll give him credit for the time he's already spent in jail. And we just need to figure out how we get there with the paperwork. Do we withdraw our motion? And
you're
is
saying a
something-
sanction, I mean, if you're talking about like upfront jail time, you don't get credit on that. If you're asking for jail time as a condition of probation,
Well, not necessarily as a condition of probation, but as a sanction for, here's what I'm thinking. It has probation, they do the administratively, they in-house do the sanctions. And that's something.
We can't in-house put somebody in jail.
right?
Could you give him credit for already being there though?
I mean, that goes toward finding court costs and that type of stuff. That's what we usually do on the,
And I understand where the court's coming from. I agree with the court. I understand when you say jail time as a condition of probation. Here's what I'm kind of thinking, like when we increase his amount of community service hours, that's a sanction. When you assess an additional.
well, you're
condition,
talking
that's a
about
sanction.
modifying it.
If that's
Yeah,
the term.
that-
Yeah, you gotta modify, you can't just give him some hours without a modification.
May I write
Yeah.
up a modification?
I mean, if that's what y'all, I mean, I don't know, yeah, I mean, I'm not,
This is our agreement. We're just trying to figure out how to get.
We can
Well,
agree
yeah.
to a modification.
y'all just need to, I guess, sit down and talk a little bit more and you should be able to figure it out by just reading the laws and stuff.
Your Honor, I've already called the probation officer and requested Jennifer Reese.
Okay,
If we could have a moment.
okay, we'll do that. We'll put it back on hold.
apologize for my ignorance.
No, that's not a problem. Okay, we'll put it back on hold.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Jennifer Reese, she's used, okay, we'll wait.
Yes, sir, she's been here.
Okay.
Exactly what it's.
Okay.